Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in to this short video. We just would like to introduce Jonathan Barrett, who is ex of Commodity Broking Services, or CBS, traders of shares, foreign exchange and commodities, and also a regular host on CNBC and Bloomberg. What we're trying to do today is Jonathan's been working on a product for the last 12 months and he'd like to tell us a little bit about it, and it sounds pretty interesting. So Jonathan, I'm going to hand over to you.
Okay, thanks Scott. Thanks Scott for that kind introduction. Yep, I guess a lot of people know me from the CBS days and also Bloomberg and ABC. We have been working on a really exciting project, and we're going to just give you a bit of a teaser what it's about. So hopefully, on the 26th of October, you'll come and join a webinar then where we really talk about the weather basically and how to trade it. But let me just start my screen share and we'll take it from there. Okay, weather, the trader's last frontier. When we look at all the markets we trade, whether they're CFDs, whether they're equities, whether they're currencies, we tend to also think that what other markets can we actually trade? Now, we always talk about the weather. So why can't we trade it? So what we've done is we've put together a trading package that allows you to have access to the actual weather and how to actually analyze it and also how to trade it. So in my mind, it really is the trader's last frontier. The World Economic Forum suggested the volatility in the weather is the most likely risk event in the next 10 years. That volatility is here to stay, there's no doubt about it. So when you look at it, the volatility is there. So when you are investing in shares, CFDs or foreign currencies, this is something else. This is something else that you can actually look to trade.
So Jono, what sort of instruments are they trading?
Look, basically when we look at it, Scott, we're trading, too much rain, too less rain, too hot days, too cold days. And when you look at it, you can actually see that these sorts of contracts are certainly very tradable. In fact, there's a very deep interbank market on them. And what we're trying to do is actually give it out to people who can generally just look to trade it. So the instruments are certainly there. Too much rain, too less rain, too high degree days, or too low days. So yeah, lots to trade.
Okay, let's talk about it from a risk perspective from the trader. Can I lose more than my initial investment, or am I exposing myself to a high level of risk here in trading these instruments?
Yeah, that's a good question, Scott. And no, it's similar to an insurance premium. When you decide that you have analysed the weather, you've looked at whether it's a too much rain, too less rain type of contract, then you just pay a premium for it. And you're actually taking the view there'll be more or less, but all you can actually lose is that premium. So if your trade is right, you obviously get the benefits. If the trade is wrong, then all you can lose is your premium.
Sounds good.
Okay. Seasonal volatility continue. I think this is the interesting thing, because when we look at the weather, we see it every day. We talk about it probably every day as well. It's on the news. So when you look at what we're actually looking to trade with something we're pretty much used to, so many times people say, oh, it's going to be wet at Easter. It's going to be a dry summer. So now we can actually take advantage of that. We can actually look to trade and say, well, how wet is it going to be? How cold is it going to be? How dry is it going to be? And you can actually take a position on this. And to me, that's where it's become quite exciting.
Okay, we hear about the BOM and weather forecasters predicting daily and seasonal weather, and that's what we're expected to trade on. How accurate are these sort of forecasts that we're talking about?
Well, Scott, I think when you look at it, the BOM spend millions and millions of dollars on trying to forecast what happens, because if you think weather really affects a lot of our economy, whether it's agricultural, whether it's mining, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a restaurant, any outdoor activity, weather is certainly an important part of the economy. So the BOM spend a lot of money on trying to forecast what's actually happening. They put out regular reports. And it's those regular reports that we can itemise and look at to see where this opportunity is, where's this volatility comes from. And it's that what we actually look at. It is quite interesting because at some stages you can actually see that the BOM is 70% accurate in terms of some of its forecasts. So what we're doing is looking at the accuracy and then trying to analyse it and come up with a trade.
Okay, so how easy is it to access this market?
I guess that's the good thing, because what we've developed is an online platform that allows you to have access to over 4,500 BOM weather stations around Australia. So what you can do is you can look for a particular area, you can access the data, visualize the data, and then look to price up a strategy and then trade it. And in my mind, that's the key. It's an online trading platform that gives you access to the data, which you can analyze, look at a strategy, and then execute that into the market.
Okay, so what sort of strategies work best?
I think when you look at it, I tend to like strategies that cover a period of time. You know, too much rain over Easter, or could be, too many hot days during summer. It's that sort of volatility which we look at, because we do have a lead time into what the weather's actually going to do. So when we look at that, the BOM forecast, what we look at it, we look at the weather, then you can take on a position. I like strategies that generally pay out slowly and then start to accelerate once you get a good trade on. And it's those sorts of strategies that I like.
Okay, sounds really interesting actually, Jono. Looking forward to the full webinar.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Look, I'm excited about it as well. I mean, we're on the 26th of October at 6 p.m. That's the webinar. We're going to talk about weather as an investment opportunity. We're going to talk about weather trading, how we actually do it, and also some recent weather plays from the Weather Playbook. And that should give traders a good idea as to how they can get involved in this market, which we see every day and we feel every day.
Sounds pretty good, Jonathan. Thank you very much.
No problem, Scott. If people want to, all they need to do by registering for the webinar, sign up for a demo account at www.weathertrading.co